One and done. Michael Chandler comes in and he quickly gets out. Not only is he perhaps the most powerful fighter in the lightweight division, even surpassing someone like Justin Gaethje, the sheer explosiveness of that punch he caught Dan Hooker with is something I haven't seen in this division in a very, very long time. Michael Chandler's super powerful. But what surprised me is how he technically surpassed Dan Hooker in this fight. Nobody thought that would happen. Everybody knew he was powerful, he was strong, he was very physical. Nobody thought he will be able to seek out the direction that Dan Hooker keeps moving. Hooker kept moving to his own right, away from the right hand of Michael Chandler, which instantly showed you that Dan Hooker had a lot of respect of the power for Michael Chandler, also given the fact he never went to war and he really wasn't really offensive in the fight. So Chandler's goal was to intercept him, cut off that movement with one big shot. But first he has to intelligently set that up. So nobody thought he would be able to condition Dan Hooker by constantly going to the body with the right straight, get Hooker's hands to eventually drop, opening up a left hook right to the jaw. And we're talking about Dan Hooker who didn't see it, someone that trains with guys like Israel Adesanya, Alexander Volkanovski, some of the best strikers, some of the most intelligent fighters in the UFC, and he did not see this coming. Hooker was uncharacteristically very patient. He was moving back, didn't invite a war or anything like that, and it's a good thing he didn't. He definitely has a granite chin, but getting knocked down from one single shot showed that this fight was inevitable, that Dan Hooker was going to lose. Like I said in my prediction video, if Hooker could not take one punch from Chandler, he will lose this fight. He relies on his chin, he doesn't have the most solid defense, and he thrives in wars. That's how he's able to come out on top of a lot of exchanges, just like he did against Dustin Poirier. He must have knew something about that. He didn't want to go to war. He didn't want to trade and exchange and try to find that big counter shot, with the knees or the left hooks or the long range punches. So he just stuck to leg kicks from a distance, and they did start to hurt Chandler. You did see later in that first round, Chandler's leg looked like it buckled a little bit, but the experience factor is there. Chandler has fought at a championship level for a very long time. He's fought 5 rounds against really credible opponents over there in Bellator. He's had his nerves completely shut off when he fought Brent Primus, so he has experience of fighting this kind of thing off. Leg kicking damage is nothing new to Michael Chandler. He kept going forward, had a good poker face, composed, and looked for that big shot immediately afterward. He did not wait to look for it because he knew he was in a little bit of danger from the leg kicks. So it was an intelligent move, it was a technical move, and it was a powerful move from the former Bellator champion. Anybody who had any doubts about Michael Chandler, it has completely been shut off because now he is one of the top contenders, an instant spot to the top of the lightweight division with one single punch that nobody was able to do against Dan Hooker. Edson Barboza, Dustin Poirier, Paul Felder, you could go down the list of opponents that Dan Hooker has fought, some of the best fighters to ever compete in the UFC, and nobody was able to put him down with one shot like that. I mean, insane performance. If they're going to do Dustin Poirier versus Conor McGregor 3, given the fact that they're 1-1 with each other, Dustin Poirier's win over Conor is a lot more credible than Conor's over Dustin, given the fact that they're both supposed to be in their prime right now, and in their right weight class. I honestly think Dustin Poirier should fight Charles Oliveira and Michael Chandler should fight Justin Gaethje. But if they're going to do Dustin vs. Conor 3, then let's do Chandler vs. Oliveira for the belt. That's the only thing that makes sense. Oliveira has to fight for the belt. Dustin Poirier should be fighting for the belt. He's earned his shot. And that decision is going to depend on what happens with Michael Chandler. I cannot wait to see who he fights next. If he fights Justin Gaethje, that's going to be an absolute war. A Charles Oliveira fight is going to be super technical. A fight with Dustin Poirier will be such a well-rounded fight, very explosive. Michael Chandler also has good cardio. Every fight with Michael Chandler is so exciting, man. I don't mind which one it is. I'm just happy to see Michael Chandler, and I'm so happy for the guy. I've been watching him since he came into Bellator, and always thought, how would this guy do in the UFC? To take out a top contender with one punch? Yeah, he's always been one of the top 155ers in the world. This also speaks to how good Patricio Pitbull is.